Saito was standing in front of the class, same as before. I could kind of see what was going on if I leaned on Haruka for stability. As Mr. Saito said before, we're from Minami School, the school that burnt down. Well, not burnt down to say I was not done reading. But anyway, all of this is auto-going. Oh, crap. I mislike all of that. I deeply apologize. But anyway, hey, Aiko. Oh, sorry. In short, yes, our school burnt down. There seemed to be more to the story than I've been told. Then again, I wasn't going to ask about the specifics of architectural issues. They sent out a letter about the transfer. Understandable, it is a sudden increase in numbers, even though many students chose to go elsewhere. With no slight towards your school, of course. Merely there were other schools closer, or they had a family history with. Of our year, there's 12 of us left that came here. We've all been added to this class for science. Were you three friends before? Loosely, I helped Yumi with her homework, while Kana and I are friends through our families. Oh, so that's why you're friends with me? Kana, no, I like spending time with you, and you have merits. Wowee, thanks. I panicked. Merits? So, Seelan, the groups were formed by Mr. Saito. Given our senior class was mixed into your class, it could be an opportunity to learn from one another. Yeah, we know lots of stuff. Like, I know stuff about brains. Very helpful, Kana. We do all have our preferred field, no doubt. I was surprised they called it science. Usually they have specific classes for each topic. I chose biology, while Kana went with psychology. Yeah, I don't know about genetics and, cells. So as long as we all do our work. Haruka had been beside the group, but silent until Kana's last comment. What are you implying? You think we're gonna slack off? Seelan works harder than anyone else at this school.
Are you sure about that?
I noticed how she left herself out of the defense. I couldn't help but shake my head. I didn't say that. Group projects are re-owned for their failure rate. Everyone has to be on the same page and want the same things. Not to mention communication. Yeah, like if you don't do the work, we have to. If we don't do the work? Kana shrugged, her arms crossed. Or rather, groups can be unreliable as everyone has to pull their weight. Kana and I were top of our respective classes at Minami High School. I'm gonna bet the class wasn't on fire safety. Haruka! It was a joke! Whatever. This is dumb, Seelan. We shouldn't have to be in such a big group. Why can't we at least be with our friends? I guess I'll say it's only for a year. It's only for a year. Besides, we don't have any other friends, Haruka. It'll be over in no time. Yeah, we're sorry to be a burden. I'm sure she didn't mean it. If you turned up on time, you'll be in the group of your choice. Next time our school burns down, we'll make sure it's okay with you first.
What?
Aiko seemed frozen to the spot, while Haruka watched after Kana. I didn't mean it like that. You should go apologize. Kana had moved to the front of the group, given she was the shortest in the class. Haruka tried to be nice to the new students, to the detriment of the old students. She elbowed her way through the crowd and hip-checked a girl out of her way. Perhaps if she had been on time. Actually, I was running behind her. Haruka was on time. It's my fault we were late and that we're fighting her. It's not your fault. Please try to be on time in the future. I will, I promise. Good, then I have no issues. I hope you don't either. No issues here, just wondering what the work's gonna look like. I'm curious too. I'm sure we'll find a way to split it up evenly. I hope so. It'll be interesting to see how it all goes. There's a whole year ahead of us to become friends. Speaking of change, I turned to look at the girl who remained quiet. Yumi hadn't spoken once since we'd been introduced. Was there a reason? Yumi moved her hands in a particular way. She was signing something to Aiko. Yumi's speech impaired, so you're aware. But don't be fooled. She may seem like the strong, silent type, but she can be quite loud in her own way. As if on cue, Yumi let out a huff and shifted her posture. I hadn't expected her to be able to laugh. I was stumped for how to proceed, unsure what to ask, or how to progress the conversation. Can you? Yumi pulled out a ragged notepad, which had been thoroughly scrawled on. After a moment, she flipped it to show me. I can hear you talk normally to me, okay? I felt the blush rise along the back of my neck and to my cheeks as they both laughed again. Yumi flipped the page and penned another note. You seem confused. I'm a girl, but I prefer the boys' uniform. You could get away with it too if you want. Right. I went from feeling in control of the situation to totally confused. Not by her inability to speak, but because I was awkward. I began skimming the class outline that Mr. Saito provided. Class time is dedicated to use of practical assets, chemicals, and the like. Not that we have to use them all at once. Unfortunately, they lumped the sciences together. Chemistry, biology, psychology, physics, some higher math, computer science. What a mess. And we're expected to select our own modules? I hadn't had a chance to ask Mr. Saito. They put all the students into mixed science classes. It seemed excessive. I asked to do, I don't know. Let's do biology. Oh, you like biology? Well, I am too. Perhaps we can learn about that together then. In any case, as a group of 5, we'll need to split ourselves up. These tables are designed for 2 at a time after all. Usually I was the one calling shots. Aiko was already bringing out colorful highlighters to break down the semester outliner. We can alternate in pairs somewhat, 2 at a time working. Then the other 3 can work on the theoretical work. It'll be even easier if we all have preferred subjects, so those who want to do the same studies can work together. I know Mr. Saito. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm used to being a team leader on projects by default. I had a reputation for being a class leader. That reputation doesn't exist here. Gosh. All those years of working hard and it's just poof, gone. Rather than a written note, Yumi signed towards Aiko. Whatever she said, Aiko seemed to understand it. She replied with the sign for I'm okay. Aww. I don't know sign language, but that was easy to understand. I'm not opposed to you leading the, outline. Maybe we should wait to see what Haruka and Kana say. I doubt Kana will have an issue with me spearheading the organization for a group. Well, as I said before, my focus is biology. Yumi Sifta snorts, her attention fixed to the front of the class. I don't know what she wants to study. Yumi failed to clarify, though her smirks remained. Mr. Saito was showing the class how to use a fire extinguisher. He was gesturing with the fire extinguisher and how to activate it. A few students were being politely attentive, but most had heard the spiel before. Instead, they were chatting about their vacation and the new students. Legally, he had to demonstrate for their safety, and if they ignored him and got hurt, he was covered. I watched as the class broke into their groups to discuss the lesson, which meant Kana and Haruka approached in a heated debate. Why split the supplies across year levels? Well, the lower years stay to their part of the campus, and we have the best facilities. Seems rude. It's good for you, though. Yeah, but what about the lower classmen? They have to use icky old stuff. So, they're young. I'm old, withered. Leave me to die. You're 18. Don't rub it in. I'm basically a grandma. You know, me too. I agree. Then we're all grandmothers, huh? Why not allow the younger years to have better equipment? Let them perish. Haruka, it's not that bad. Perish. Stop it. Are we getting along now? Are we? I get along with no one. Aiko rolled her eyes. I'm a lone wolf. Me too. We can't both be lone wolves. You're a marshmallow and a ball of lint. Dibs, I'm not lint. If anyone is a lone wolf, it's Yumi. Are you calling me a furry? What? A furry, Aiko. You don't know what a furry is? Should I? It's like a dog but a person, you know? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, Aiko cleared her throat, desperate to move on. At least no one was fighting for now. The bell rang, signaling that recess had begun. Mr. Saito dismissed them, and the other group split up and exited. We hadn't discussed much with regards to the class yet, given the friction. Maybe we should use this time to work out our plan for the year? That'd be nice. Sure, I've got nowhere to be yet. Yumi shrugged while Haruka hung beside me. I wonder how they'll deliver the lectures. With talking? You know what I meant. Maybe they'll have extra classes? Or they'll give us videos to watch? I hope that isn't the case. I don't like the idea of having to find videos online for lessons. The teachers should be teaching her. But you can skip the boring parts. Like all of it. Ooh, we're like on double speed. You know where they talk super fast and you can still understand them, but it makes all the pauses way less annoying. Being able to skip the pointless parts is useful. Or the whole lesson. Not that I skipped the whole lesson. Not unless it was super boring. Like about science. Do you have a double speed button, Haruka? Ha, you're so hilarious. I'll speak slower so you can understand me. Do you not understand what doubling the speed does? I know what it does. That was all a joke. Was it a joke if no one laughed? I'm laughing. Kana mirrored Haruka's laugh and almost sounded genuine. I'm not sure what Mr. Saito is going to make us do for team building. Perhaps it's a social experiment? Yeah, maybe. Throw a bunch of students together in a cramped workspace and see who kills who first. Please, no battle royale. I'd win. Why, no battle royale. I felt like I was at a family dinner where Aiko was trying to make everyone get along. Yumi and I were silent in the exchange for different reasons. This year is going to be friendly and fun and educational. She punctuated that with a flourish of her hand, her smile still in place. I'd win. I'll turn this classroom into a battle royale if you don't drop it. Silence sat for a long moment where I considered the girls in front of me. Yumi was distant, writing out something in a notebook at a desk nearby.